Good evening. My name is Jose Arreola, Fleet Services Division Manager. I'm here presenting the selection of option 2 for the mandated California Air Resources Board Advanced Clean Fleets Regulation for the Public Works and Transportation Committee of December 12, 2023 and City Council meeting of December 19th, 2023. Recommendation that the Public Works and Transportation Committee recommend that the City Council approve option 2 as allowed under the Advanced Clean Fleets ACF regulation, which mandates local governments to undertake certain actions to implement zero emission vehicles, ZEVs, for their fleets beginning on January 1st, 2024. Background. The city's on-road fleet is composed of approximately 260 medium-duty trucks, service body trucks, dump trucks, refuse collection vehicles, and other types. California Air Resources Board, CARB, regulates emissions on these vehicles. On April 28, 2023, CARB adopted and mandated the Advanced Clean Fleets regulation. The ACF regulation is the latest development in CARB's decades-long history of setting increasingly stringent emission standards for medium and heavy-duty vehicles. The ACF regulation applies to vehicles with a gross vehicle weight rating greater than 8,500 pounds, target vehicle, and mandates the implementation of zero-emission vehicles, which are composed of electric vehicles, battery electric vehicles, or hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. As an example, a target vehicle would be one that is similar in size and weight of a Ford F-250 pickup truck and larger. Fleets can apply for a ZEV purchase exemption subject to the approval of CARB, and the vehicle is not available for purchase in a ZEV configuration. CARB will list configurations that are not available in ZEVs and update the list periodically with expiration dates for the vehicle to be removed from the configuration list. The following vehicles, which are in the city's fleet, are currently on the configuration list on a temporary basis and available for CARB approved exemptions: bucket truck, boom truck, dump truck, flatbed truck, stake bed truck, front loader refuse compactor truck, side loader refuse compactor truck, rear loader, roll-off truck, service body truck, street sweeper, tank truck, water truck, crane truck, and vacuum truck. It should be noted that this list will be updated routinely by CARB once the industry produces ZEV for these types of vehicles. Automatic exempt vehicles are those emergency response vehicles as specified in California Vehicle Code 165, such as target vehicles like fire apparatus, mobile command posts, and police armored rescue vehicles. The requirements and exemptions are not crystal clear, and therefore staff will continue to work with CARB to understand if there are exemptions for a percentage of water and wastewater vehicles. Advanced Clean Fleets regulations compliance for local government fleets include two qualifying options. Option 1, beginning January 1st, 2024, 50% of annual target vehicles purchases are to be ZEVs, and beginning January 1st, 2027, that 100% of target vehicle purchases are to be ZEVs. Option 2, local government fleets may choose ZEV milestone option. Fleets may elect to meet ZEV targets as a percentage of the total fleet, starting with the vehicle types that are most suitable for electrification. The schedule is laid out in Table 1. This option allows the addition of new internal combustion engines, ICE, vehicle model year 2024 or newer, as long as the fleet is meeting the percent target rates listed below. CARB will monitor and enforce compliance. CARB's enforcement program is designed to deter noncompliance and to ensure regulated industries that have not met CARB's regulatory compliance are brought into compliance. There are three types of legal processes that CARB uses to resolve noncompliance violations: civil, administrative, and criminal. As part of the civil process, CARB can obtain a court order or injunction to stop ongoing violations. Administrative penalties can be up to $25,000 per day and cumulative up to $300,000 per violation. CARB may identify potential criminal violations. In those instances, the case may be referred to the Attorney General, a district attorney, or other prosecutors for criminal prosecution. Discussion. ZEV charging stations. As of today, the city has one single port shared use city-owned electric vehicle charging station at the downtown parking structure. There are two other city-owned charging stations in the long-term parking lot at the Oxnard Transit Center. The location of these stations is not ideal for charging city-owned fleet vehicles. There are two other city-owned electric vehicle charging stations within the city. Staff is not aware of any private company managed owned hydrogen charging stations within the city. The city does not currently own or operate hydrogen charging stations. It should be noted that Gold Coast Transit is working on the installation of hydraulic charging stations at their facility in North Oxnard. Staff's current understanding is that this charging station is specific for the use of Gold Coast. Staff has initiated contact with Gold Coast about the use of their charging stations for city vehicles. Staff will continue those conversations with the desire to have access to Gold Coast charging stations. SCE Charge Ready Transport Program, CRT. Recently, staff has been in communication with Southern California Edison, SCE, in regards to the SCE Charge Ready Transport Program. SCE Charge Ready Transport Program offers low to no cost electrical system upgrades to support the installation of electric vehicle charging equipment for qualifying vehicles. This program provides a unique opportunity for fleet operators choosing to acquire electric vehicles by providing support and reduces the cost with installing the necessary charging equipment. When a customer is approved to participate in the program, SCE will design, construct, and install the necessary infrastructure on both the utility side and customer side of the electric meter. If the customer prefers, they can perform the customer side of the meter electrical work and may receive a rebate. Additional rebates are available to eligible companies within disadvantaged communities. For the CRT program, SCE will perform on-site visits to evaluate the site's electrical infrastructure needs, develop utility side and customer side of the meter cost estimates, design, secure permit, project manage, and install the necessary infrastructure. Participants will have the option to instead perform the necessary work on their side of the meter and receive a make-ready rebate. Install a separate meter dedicated to the EV charging infrastructure and will waive customer demand charges through 2024 with our commercial EV rates. Make final inspections once the charging equipment is installed. Customer requirements for the CRT SCE CRT program, which would require an agreement between SCE and the city, include lease or purchase at least two medium-duty to heavy-duty battery-powered EVs, or convert at least two fossil fuel vehicles to electric within 18 months of installation. Select, purchase, and install SCE-approved charging equipment in the quantity approved by SCE. Keep the charging equipment operational for at least 10 years. Provide data related to charging equipment usage for a minimum of 5 years. Grant easement to select property in perpetuity may be required. No other SCE programs can be used in the selected property for 10 years. In addition to SCE program, Public Works staff has been seeking grants that can fund infrastructure and charging stations. Recently, a DOE funds EECBG awarded $224,240 for the city and will be utilized towards EV infrastructure or charging stations for a Pacific Yard project. Public Works will continue to seek available grant fundings. Staff will continue to evaluate and pursue the SCE CRT program and will bring back any necessary recommendations for the City Council's consideration. Compliance with CARB ZEV. There are two options for fleets to be in compliance with the state unfunded mandate for ZEVs as noted in the background selection above. When taking into consideration the current exemption list and the existing and projected makeups of the city's fleet, the amount of ZEVs that the city would have to purchase would be in similar increments over a longer period of time when calculating using option 2. This would allow the capital costs to be spread over multiple years. An example, option 2 be from 2025 to 2042 instead of 2024 to 2027 per option 1. Also, it would allow more time for the city to evaluate the different ZEVs and provide some additional time for infrastructure updates. As such, it is recommended that the city choose the ZEV fleet milestone option 2. This will allow the city to continue to add ICE vehicles to our fleet and ZEV target vehicles in a less aggressive timeline than the default option. Financial impact. By selecting option 2, the initial compliance dates are staggered and start at 10% compliance per milestone. Each group gives fleets approximately 10 years to reach the 100% compliance goal. This option is not as aggressive as option 1 and will give fleets more time to comply. The costs for ZEVs are higher than ICE, and as such, option 2 is anticipated to have less of an impact on future fleet purchases. Alternatively, by selecting option 1, there would be an immediate impact, as 50% of purchases are mandated to be ZEVs starting January 1st, 2024, and ramp up to 100% on January 1st, 2027. This option would not allow fleets to add ICE vehicles. In some cases, ZEVs are up to 50% higher in upfront cost when compared to ICE vehicles. Staff does not recommend this option. Questions?